All right, thanks, guys. Here with Wiggs. Wiggs, what if I'd have told you when this trade went down for you to come from Minnesota here, you'd be 2 wins away from winning the championship? What would you say?
Man, I'd probably be speechless. I'd be like, where am I at? Who am I playing with? Like, who we playing against? I'd be excited, because that's something people dream of. You dream of when you're a little kid of playing in the finals. So being here has been amazing.
Being amazing that Steve Kerr challenged you from day one of being a two-way player, and here you are guarding guys like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. How tough is that in the finals?
It's tough. Those are good players, really good players. They can score at all 3 levels, and efficiently too. So I just try to make it hard on them, stay aggressive, just try to contain them.
Speaking of aggressive, 16 rebounds in Game 4, but 2 huge offensive rebounds down the stretch. Talk about that focus of killing the glass down the stretch.
I'm just trying to stay active, try to do all the little things I can to, help get the win, and that means crashing the boards, just put my, athletic use to the athletic advantage to use.
Ball movement's been key for you guys. We know Steph's going to make threes, but talk about how when you find your shot and the 3-ball goes down, it helps you get to the basket as well.
Yeah, it opens everything up, when your 3-ball falls, because they got to respect it, that kind of opens the lane for you.
Last but not least, I have to ask, in Dallas, I think your daughter had the jersey on, you dunking on Luka. Does it ever get old when you see that replay, you dunking on Luka in the last series?
I mean, it was a really good dunk, and I feel like at the moment it happened, that was, it was great, so it was going to be something, I remember for sure, but it was a good dunk.
All right, last one. When Steph gets hot like that in the fourth quarter, how tough is it not to watch and not getting all but still stay aggressive?
You got to stay ready because you never know what could happen, but when he's in his mode, it's like a video game. Like, he's unstoppable. He's one of the GOATs, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Got you.
That's Andrew Wiggins, who's holding that man to 33% shooting as his primary defender. Jason Tatum gets shots up. He also steps the mic, and along with the other Celtics, we hear from them next on Game Time at the.
First question right here, Ann.
Tomorrow is the 3-year anniversary of your elimination from the Toronto series in Game 6 and Clay getting injured. I'm wondering if you can just remember your emotions on that day. I just watched a video of you slamming that ball down when Clay went down and squatting and, looking very pensive. Your emotions, and then also some perspective of, like, 3 years later, here you are back in a critical Game 5.
Yeah, it was mixed emotions all the way around. I had Katie's injury a couple days before, Clay going down, us trying to just find a way to stay alive. It was the end of an era at Oracle as well, so it's a lot going on. I don't really. It's hard to pick out exactly what you were feeling because it was all kind of mixed together. But we lost the game. Clay goes down. He's probably gonna be out for a while. You're getting ready for the summer, trying to regroup and figure out what's gonna happen next year and all that. And I think it's 3 years ago, and all that we've been through, all that Clay's been through, personally since that time, and to be back here, it adds to the sense of gratitude of being back on the stage. And that chapter will always be part of our journey for sure. Something we probably talk about for a very long time. And hopefully we can get this job done and pay homage to that 3-year journey, actually leading to something truly special.
Ron Krejcik, San Francisco Chronicle. Rory's up 2, in case you were wondering, I'm sure.
I was wondering. Thank you very much.
I know it's my job. As much defensive attention and physicality as you've faced throughout the playoffs and in this series, how much more or what different do you expect tomorrow night, given the way you played Friday?
I don't know, because every team's built different. Every team has a certain way of doing things that you've perfected or tried to perfect over the course of a season. And they have a certain defensive identity that has been successful for them. You obviously understand in a series, adjustments can happen on the fly in between games. You got to be ready to adapt. And I think I'll be ready for that. We will be ready for that, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, for us to be successful and win 2 more games, it comes down to the way that we defend, the way that we bring intensity, especially to start games, understanding how they respond after losses. That was one of the big points in the series. 2 great teams. They know how to respond. They know how to win in other people's buildings. We've shown that. They've shown that. And we have to be ready for that response and hopefully, throw the first punch tomorrow. Whatever adjustment that means is going to be a part of it, but it's secondary to just the effort and intensity and physicality that we need to have, knowing that's their calling card. That's how they, try to force success when they're coming off a loss.
Tim?
Steph, I think Clay's leading you guys in minutes played in the playoffs. He's way up there. You're second on the team. You're way up there on the list of most playoff minutes. You're the old guy.
He used to be a 6-man, though.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's funny.
Wow. Wow. Now you've thrown me off. No, you're coming off, you had the foot thing. You guys are the old guys, yet you seem you might be getting stronger. Do you have a sense of pride in that? And what might it mean, like how long this window is going to be open?
We've talked about that. We feel like I've said it plenty of times. We have a lot left in the tank in terms of what we can do out there on the floor. And they bring up the age thing. It's something to talk about, but it doesn't really reflect how we approach this playoff journey and our confidence in what we can do going forward. But that doesn't happen by accident. It's just the work that you put into it. Clay, especially the fact that he was on a minutes restriction for like a month, and slowly got to ramp it up. Every couple weeks leading up to the playoffs, and I think he was so proud of himself that when he first, I think, eclipsed 40 minutes in a regular season game one time. Just the pride of, like, he's talked about it like a year ago. He wasn't even running, so it speaks to just how much this matters, how important we know the work that goes on behind the scenes is to being ready for whatever happens out there in the games that matter. So we're obviously only worried about right now, but we definitely feel like we have a lot left in the tank.
Anthony?
Yeah, 2 questions. One quick one. Just how does the foot feel?
Great.
Any treatment or anything you've needed? Or
always, but yeah.
And then on the Draymond, this is obviously a challenge for him offensively in the series with their length, the way they're playing. What is the key to, I guess, thriving better offensively when he's on the floor?
It comes down to understanding we have our certain pep plays and actions that we have done for years and years and years. They've scouted it. They have a certain approach and personnel that's trying to take those away. And some of our bread and butter plays, but a lot of it is just being a lot more organized on our spacing and our force on pick and rolls, on cuts and stuff like that, so that we can just get everybody in the right spots, and whether they want to shade, off a certain guy or try to clog things up.